Hey there, everybody. It's been a while since I've been on my channel here. Life has gotten really busy this summer, it seems. But I was working on a little project this morning, and I thought, well, I'm going to share it with you. Over the last couple weeks, I've been making a couple orders to Temu, and I've been ordering some, what is this stuff? Little silicone molds, because I wanted to make a few miniatures, and I think I have a video somewhere of my purchase. I don't think I've posted it yet. It must be somewhere in my phone. I'll have to look for it. But I was showing you what I had ordered, and some of this stuff is so neat. I ordered like a tea set to make charms with, so I'm gonna make some charms and stuff with that. And I ordered one that was perfume bottles and like little bathroom accessories. All sorts of really cool little bottles and brushes. These ones here, these gold ones, didn't turn out very good. They're still a little bit soft. So I think there was a little problem in my resin here. So I'll probably have to toss those ones. But I did make these little tiny Tupperware containers, and that was made out of this one here. And this little Tupperware container is so cute. And what I'm doing today is I'm just fooling around painting them. I wanted to get that little white inside, and then I'll smooth everything out after, and I'll have these to stack up in my dollhouse. They're really cute. They're small. Not Tupperware. What are they? Pyrex containers. That's what I think they look like. So I'm painting them now just so that I can make them look like the real Pyrex, and hopefully I can print out some kind of a little detail for the sides. It may not be the actual Pyrex design, but I'm going to try. I'll see. I do have some nail art stickers that I think might be small enough for these. So if I can find enough of one kind to do like 4 or 5 dishes of this shape, and then 4 or 5 of the other shapes. So this is just the first coat. I'm putting a little first coat on these ones, just to make them look more like the little, I think it's Pyrex or Corelle, I think, have the white centers in the dishes. And these ones were clear. I could have left them clear, make some clear ones, and make some maybe blue ones, because I do believe they made blue ones like this also. So I think I have a baking dish that's glass, blue glass. So I'd like to do that also. But I thought I would give these a 1 coat of paint just to start with. And I'll be on my way to making them look like Pyrex. I had a little bit of problems. Do you know how I got this blue and brown color on here? I went and took old makeup eyeshadows, and I shredded it down into little tiny powder, and I mixed it in with the resin. And I was really worried because I'd never done it before, and I thought, well, what happens if it ruins my resin? Oh, I'm losing these. They're so small. I should have something to hold on to them, but I don't have my tweezers here right now. And I was really worried that it would ruin the resin, but you know what? These ones turned out perfect. The gold, not so much. I think I might have added too much maybe, and maybe that's why my resin was off a little bit. Could be why it was soft. I also made, where is it? Right here, I'll show you. I also made this little container here, a little clear container, and it comes with a little lid. Now what happened when I was molding this little tiny lid here is one of my sides didn't mold. So I've actually got another one in here right now, and it's molding. And I'm making another little container. So this one here, I think I'll paint the inside, and I think I'll make it just into a little candy, kind of a little candy container. And that can go, or maybe a little Q-tip container or something like that on a little bathroom cupboard in the dollhouse. We'll see. I've wanted to make little room boxes for a while, and I've been really thinking about it lately because I have lots of oddsy things. Like I have you know, like 200 little books or some scrapbook things or some floss. And I wanted to make room boxes of little craft rooms and libraries and things like that. So these are kind of like little things I'm working on. And then I molded these little plates. I really like them. They're kind of funny on the bottom. I should maybe sand them, but I think I'm going to paint these ones and do a decal in the middle, just because I want to be able to see them a little better. I do like the clear plates though. It would have been nice if they had had little flowers, kind of like the real clear plates have. They have little flowers embossed into them in the glass. So, but I thought, well, I'll decorate these and I'll use a nail cane art to give them a little design in the middle. So I like those too. And some of these, I kind of had a mess up happen with some of their handles right here. Oh, there goes my kitty. Well, I'm working downstairs today. I'm not upstairs, so I can't even lock her out. But I'm going to put food in these, and what I'll do is I'll just overlap some food over that edge where it's kind of didn't mold the handle right there. But I hate to throw it away because, you know, you're using all this time to mold these things, and then all of a sudden one of them doesn't turn out. But same as this one here. This one's got a little tiny hole in the side, but I did discover that some of the little, I did some cutlery, and this was on that tea set mold. Look at this tiny fork. And this tiny fork actually fits into this little tiny slot here that didn't mold. So I think I'm going to put that little fork in there. And then maybe I'll have, this will be a dish of pickles or something. Maybe I'll put some tiny, tiny pickles in here. Yeah, I'll do something with it just so that I get to use it up anyway. I hate to throw anything away. You know, it takes 12 hours to mold these things when they're... I'm not using the quick dry resin. I'm just mixing resin and I let it sit overnight or sit for the whole day while I'm at work. And I come home and they're molded. This one also had a little bit of problems. I could cut this handle off though, and that would work okay too. Or I could stick it back into the thing and re-resin that one little tiny area and let it set. But I'm going to try to MacGyver something on here. I'll put the food so that it's placed in a certain way, and then maybe I'll use well, even some kind of gluing or something to make that extra portion right there. Maybe some gesso and Mod Podge. Something that'll give me some texture there. But I'm having fun today. I'm kind of relaxing this morning. It's a nice Sunday. So this is what I wanted to do today. And I'd like to mold all the others. I'd like to bring out all my molds and just play. But I don't think I want to have that many sticky fingers today. I do have my nail polish remover here though, so I can take the stickies off, because it seems I wear everything. I'm not wearing the resin, I'm wearing the paint. So I'm going to play around today. Look at this. This is really cute. I'm going to use paint in here. And these are little makeup. What if I could... Well, I won't paint that with white. I'm going to use different colors of paint. And these are little makeup squares. And I'm going to make a whole bunch of those. And maybe have a little makeup counter or something. Here's some of the teapots. These blue ones turned out really, really good. I'm really happy with them. I like these ones here. These were made with the eyeshadow. And then I made some that were clear. And because you get the reverse image on this one, I actually took and when it was still kind of damp coming out of the mold, I stuck them together. So I'm going to see if when I sand them, whether I can get everything to look like it's a whole one-piece set. It seems to stand. Same with this one. This is a little, another little teapot. And then this is another design of another little teapot. And they seem to stand perfect together, so I might put them on a little table just as decoration. So, but that's my fun in a nutshell today. I'm just having a little bit of a good time. It's not paper. I'm just doing something else. This one's a little soft. And I'm not really using a very good measuring cup when I'm measuring, and that's why some of them are turning out. But I did find my little scissors this morning, and so I've been trimming off some of the little pieces because I didn't sand these at all before I started painting. But I've been trimming off the little pieces that were kind of the overlag. But I'm going to have quite the shelf of little Pyrex dishes in one of my little cupboards. I want to start painting my little cupboards with you and doing some work on them. Maybe doing a whole bunch of design and refinishing them with new knobs with beads and things like that. I just want to make it really cool. I might even open some up and turn the drawers into something that actually work. Because I do believe some of them, the drawers don't open, they're just set. And I think I just bought them at a Dollar Tree or something, or a dollar store one time. So I wasn't expecting them to be opening and doing things. But I want to start decorating those, and then I want to start tacking these down so these are an embellishment. So I have to pick up some of that sticky tack stuff so that when these are all done, I can start making little displays of dishes with foods in them. And I have a whole parcel of Sculpey to make my foods. It's too bad I couldn't mold with paint. Maybe I could, I don't know. This one here has a nice design. You really can't see it because of the clear glass, but I'm going to see if I paint it, whether I can make all that really nice design come out. It looks like I'm speckling my table. I'm going to have to wash this. I should be working over the plastic. I got the plastic folded up, and I should have it folded down so I can work on it. I don't mind if the plastic gets covered in paint, but I can always give it another paint job. There we go. That one's got a really nice design on it, like little flowers, and I want to put something in the center. Maybe make it like a Corelle dish or something like that. Here's another one. I don't have too many left now. I have a lot of molds though. I've been buying molds for a long time. And I have some for some nail canes. Well, not nail canes. I have some for some nail decoration. And I really want to see what I could mold on it to get them off. I tried them with resin one other time. That was such a disaster. I think I made a video of it. That was such a disaster when they came off. They were so thin. So I'm going to try them with clay, and then maybe when the clay is set, I'll be able to cut them apart or something. I really don't know, because I really don't know how these people are making this. I think someone just got lucky once and never to be done again. I don't know. But I want to get a couple of the molds that have the jewelry, because there's some that actually look like jewelry. In fact, where's my package here? I'll show you some that I have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make out of clay some miniature body forms, like necklaces and things like that, so that I can put necklaces on these little forms. But I'm going to be using these little stickers. I'm going to grab them. They're sitting right over here. They're inside of a box here, I do believe, that I put my purchase in. Yeah, there they are. I bought these. But I'll show you what they look like when you take them out of the package. And I think I got white, gold, and black, or silver and black, something like that. Oh, come on out. My fingers are sticky here. I don't know if you can actually see those. These ones have a silver, but doesn't that look like a little necklace? So if I make some black, where's some black here? Let me flip this over. This has black. Look at how that shows up on there. If I make some little black forms of necklaces, this one would have to be a white one, because that's a black one. But look at how cute those are. Whoops, big hair. And there's some white ones. The white would look really good on this. So if I make some forms, then I can actually peel these off and put them on the forms and make it look like jewelry. And then maybe I can make like a display, like a jewelry shop display. That's what I have planned for these. And so now you know my secret of why I'm buying these. But these are supposed to be for fingernails. And I'm always looking for really unique ones, whoops, that I can do something else with. Either or, make Christmas ornaments and decorate the Christmas ornaments with these. Some miniature ones. So these are going to have a lot of uses when I start playing with them. Maybe someday when I get right into it and I have everything all put together, I'll start adding these to it and you can see what I'm doing. But I don't know if I have enough fixtures to do like a jewelry store, but I do have little tiny gemstones and stuff that are really small like these that I'm going to add to these so that it actually looks like real jewelry with rubies and diamonds and things like that on them. So they're going to be quite interesting. So maybe when I get like a set of 10 or something done, I'll show you and show you how I did them. And maybe it'll inspire you to make some. I don't know if someone else has ever made any like that. They might have. I don't know. I've never actually looked that one up. So I know they make them out of clay and gemstones. I've seen that. But I've never actually seen it done with the little nail cane art. So, well, that didn't take very much glue to do that. But I'm really, or not glue, but paint. So I'm really happy with that. I'm going to let those dry because they're going to need another coat. I want them to be really nice and white. And then that way, when they're stacked up, let me see if I can, like there's a blue one. And there's a brown one. I'll have to wash the edges and get the paint off the edges. There's a brown one. And then there's a brown one like that. And I'll end up stacking them inside the thing, like kind of like this. Inside my little dollhouse area. Just to make them look real when they're sitting on a shelf. You know, I'll stack them all up in the different colors. I'm going to make some red, orange, brown, green, and bright buttercup yellow. Because I know that that's the regular colors of Pyrex. But these are kind of like spin-off generic ones. So, that's what I was doing here. I just wanted to try the eyeshadow, actually. And then I mixed too much. So, that's why I made those. But the eyeshadow turned out great. I'm going to see if I can find some brighter eyeshadow in the orange, brown, green, and yellow. And then I'll make the Pyrexes out of that. And they'll look pretty good. But anyway, I've piddled with your time enough here this morning. And I'm going to get back to all my fun stuff here. I'm going to trim off some of the edges of these little bottles. And I'm going to probably paint some things on them. And then check out to see how I can decorate some of them. Just because I'm going to have a little bottle display. I'm going to make this one. And then I'm going to mold another one. And make the other side. And it'll be a round bottle that I'll use on a bathroom cupboard. I might have to sand this a little bit. Might be a little humpy there. But, yeah. I'm going to paint these. Maybe decorate the bottle with a little sticker. I printed off these really tiny stickers yesterday. So I'm hoping that they'll work on these little bottles. We'll see. I'll just cut like a little rose out and I'll put a little rose on it. And this will be like some type of rose perfume or something like that. Yeah, just using my imagination to see. Maybe I should put a little paint in here just to get a coat on. And then after I'll do I think the outside of the box is actually going to be black when I'm done. But I could put a coat on the inside and then it's going to have color to go in there for the eyeshadows. But this gives you an idea of what it actually looks like anyway. There, can have a first coat. This one didn't mold as good. I think it's because I'm impatient. And I should be watching my bubbles. That's where my problem is not watching for my bubbles. So, this one here is a little brush. Oh no, a mirror. So this one, I'm going to take some silver paint and go in the center of it. I have these really cute little vanities made with perfume bottles, Kleenex boxes, a little letter. And I'm thinking that once I have these done, these little tiny vanity pieces done, this one here I think is maybe a nail polish or something. So once I have them done, I'm going to put them. This is a really cool bottle. I like it. It's not as hard as I'd like it to be. I'm gonna mold a couple clear ones so I can paint them. But I do like this bottle. It's a triangle. So this reminds me of like a Chanel or something like that. So, and then this one, I've got a little overslag on this one I gotta cut off. But I'll get them all trimmed up and their shapes will be there, and then I can paint the center here and put a label in it. And that'll be another bottle to sit on a little cabinet. I have a little bathroom cabinet that I think these look cute on. So, and then I'm gonna sticky tack them down so they stay in place and they'll be part of my decor. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. That was lots of ideas to consume here. I've got other little dishes and plates. I've got all sorts of stuff here that I've been molding all week long while I've been at work. Little triangle dishes, that's really cute. I like that. I gotta cut that little tiny piece off. Thank goodness they're not very thick and they stay soft so that you can just cut them off after. Sometimes you can sand them up after a few days. You'll be able to sand them up and they'll go. Every time I was mixing a color, I molded a couple dishes out of it, just so I would have them, and then I can stack these little plates together in a cupboard and they'll look cute. So, but you take care. Happy Sunday to you, you guys. I hope that you're all working on something miniature or something paper. I don't know. I dabble in everything. I'm a little hyper. So, have yourself a wonderful day and just enjoy what you do and craft on. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.